Hi everyone, I'm Isa Guha here at Taunton for day one of the Women's Ashes Test match. There are a lot of people involved in trying to get this broadcast to air, so we thought we'd take you behind the scenes to see how it all works. So we're here in the trucks. This is where all the action happens. We've got our director Lynchy over there, and Lorna is our DA. She'll be counting into my ear when I'm presenting on air, just to get the timings right for when we need to go to a break for not just Sky but all the broadcasters around the world. Hattie is our production manager. She makes everything tick and brings it all together. What would you say is your toughest role?
Oh, that's a good question. I think sometimes it's liaising with the venues, making sure that everything that we need is in the right place at the right time. It varies depending on the venues that we go to, but they're obviously always really accommodating, which is great, and just making sure that everyone's in the right place at the right time, I think.
So it's not dealing with talent?
No, you're a joy to work with, a joy to work with.
Hattie, thank you very much. We've got Tor over here, who's production coordinator. She makes sure that we're all here on time and we have hotels and sorts out all the logistics for everyone that's involved in the production. You might want to turn around to the camera. Is it an enjoyable job?
Yeah, it's a great job. There's so many different elements to my job, like all the accreditation, travel, accommodation, booking crews. There's so much to think about for every OB.
Three very important people right here. Vision mixer Rob Keeley, he's making sure the right pictures go to air and is a right-hand man to the director Mark Lynch. Lynch is looking at all the different cameras here to try and decide which one is obviously showing the action, and he's also teeing up what might happen as well, so he's always looking at everything. Lorna is our DA, so she's counting down all the time to break. So it's now over to sound. I've got Jason here, who's our audio supervisor. He's in control of all the sound that goes to air, which is incredibly important. He needs to think about the commentators, he needs to think about what's happening out in the middle, and he's moving these knobs up and down, a bit like a mixer, to make sure that everything's going to air.
Roll D through the D. And by one, through to one.
There's a lot of fun that happens in this room, and alongside me is Tom Crump, a man of many talents, producer, presenter, and today he's VT coordinator. Can you just explain what you're up to here?
So this essentially is everything that's non-live that goes on through here. So these guys all have 2 or 3 cameras that come into their machine, and then we turn around sort of the action into a replay and roll it a bit slower so you can see what's just happened just a little bit slower and a little bit more in detail.
And of course that's all going through to Mark Lynch, who's the director. He'll decide when to play it, but you're also keeping an ear on the commentators as well, just to see or hear what should be teed up.
Yeah, exactly. So they can talk to us essentially through talkback and sort of explain what's going on and what they want to talk about, and we can perhaps find some replays of what they're talking about.
It's fantastic because they can clip everything together. If there's a series of wickets, they can put that all together. We can use it in commentary, but also post-match when we're looking at the analysis and key figures who have taken a number of wickets or scored a 50 or so forth. But they're the milestones, aren't they? The 50s, the 100s, taking wickets.
Yeah, exactly. There's a guy next to me who solely concentrates on those 50 moments, those 100 moments, the wickets, and basically builds pure analysis essentially from what you guys want and how we build that for you.
And just lastly, it's quite dark in this room. Is that frustrating when it's a sunny day?
Yeah, it's very frustrating when it's a sunny day, and especially after lunch. If it's a bit of a slow session, after a big lunch, you can actually get quite tired and you can feel like you want to fall asleep.
Well, let's hope you don't do that today. Thanks, Grumpy. Let's move on.
Thanks, buddy. And by one.
So we've seen all the BT operators and coordinator Tom Crump in the other room. There's loads of them. In here it's just 2. We've got James and Craig. James is looking after all the analysis, so you'll see on that screen there we've got 2 commentators and someone sat in the analysis chair, and James will be coordinating with whoever's in that chair to bring the analysis out during the broadcast. So James, generally, what are you looking for? What key things are you looking for?
Really looking for everything. We're keeping really detailed logs as best I can of everything that's happening, all the key events, wickets, fours, and then, as you mentioned there, Lottie today is our main analyst. She is has called down sort of 2 or 3 times already today to pick out key details that she spotted. And for an example was she thought England should have had a short leg. So we're trying to show examples that best prove her point.
One of the cool bits of kit that we use here at Sky is the cart. You would have seen it at the start of play with Charles Dagnall and Lydia Greenway. It's essentially a touch screen to bring out all the analysis, and also there's a small one that's positioned next to the commentators so they can always do it during commentary as well. And alongside me, well, they've been demoted to the van. They've run out of space in the truck, but they do get a bit of fresh air coming through. Sam and James. James, can you just talk us through how you operate the cart and the important features of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we get sent clips from the presenters if they'll ask the EVS guys if we want any clips, and if we just press a clip now, we get them sent through into our little van here. This is where we test it, and so we're looking for wickets. We go and we got graphics of Lanning as well there. We get stent stuff from Hawkeye, and basically, yeah, it's just a good tool to help presenters make their point across.
The first thing I'm looking at is that she's locking it off inside that right hip quite nicely, so it doesn't seem to affect her in any stage there.
Are you recording? I need all the help I can get with Louise. She is amazing. Aren't you?
Sometimes.
And this is the cool part. We're up in the commentary box, and alongside me here is Helen. It's girl power all around, really, because she's the only female producer in the cricket and the Sky Sports cricket department. So let's see if we can have a word with her. Hels. Hi, how are you?
Very well, thank
Good.
you.
She basically orders us all around and makes sure we're in the right positions all the time. But in general, just overseeing the broadcast and making sure the storyline it fits with the picture. But can you just talk us through what else you get up to?
Yeah, well, I think as you say, really, it's more of an overseeing role, and we're lucky enough to work with a great team of people, and my role really is to make sure everyone knows what they're doing. There's quite a lot of elements to this, whether or not we're inside, outside, where things are coming from, who's going to do what, and just making sure that communication is clear, and then making sure that the editorial that we do is correct and that we have the right balance between editorial and entertainment, which I think is key to doing what we do.
And it's been a quick return to you. You've just had a baby. How do you manage it all together?
Well, I've just had my third baby, so I think I found it a lot easier this time. But I think the key is just I love what I do, so I love coming back to work. And it's just balance, and I'm lucky enough that Sky are really, really, really supportive of women at work. So I think I'm very lucky.
And you have some wonderful talent to work with as well.
The talent are fantastic. No, seriously, I think we're really lucky. I think everyone is fantastic. I think everyone really loves what they do. There's a passion for what we do, which really goes across the whole team, and that really, I think, makes working with everyone, not just talent, really enjoyable.
So you will essentially be watching this as an edited piece. So I've done a few different bits together, and our camera guys basically got loads of footage from around the ground, and the person that will be editing it together will be Chris. So we're just going to go and speak to him now. So we've already pre-opened this door because it was too heavy for me to open, but this is the final bit of the story. So what you will be seeing right now is the finished edit. Our cameraman Stuart, who's on camera right now, hi Stuart, has been getting loads of different clips from around the ground. We've done all these sort of pieces to camera, and the man that will be editing it all together is Chris. Hi Chris. Yeah, very well, thank you. Just talk us through, I guess, how you bring it all together, what's important to you, what are you looking for in the different pieces to make it a kind of the finished article.
Well, I mean, Stuart's getting all the shots for me, as he is there, pointing the camera at me. So he goes around the whole ground, gets everything we need, and then he will bring me the rusher's card, and all the shots that Stuart will have got, all these amazing creative shots will be on this card.
No pressure, Stuart.
No pressure, Stu. And then I load them, I ingest them here locally to the edit system, And then, because obviously the sort of it's long rushes, it's very, very long. There'll be probably 30, 40 minutes, maybe even an hour's worth of rushes that we then need to cut down to kind of 8 minutes, 10 minutes or something. So then we will go through, we will select all the best shots, and we will cut all that down and basically, hopefully, make the final edited package.
So as you can see, it's a massive team that comes together to bring you the broadcast. Hopefully you've enjoyed the insight, and I hope you have a great evening.